Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Dear cadets of class 12, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. How are you, my dear cadets? I hope you all are fine at your respective homes. I welcome you all to my online class today. Dear cadets, you know, due to Corona, you cannot attend your regular classes. So this online class will be helpful to you for continuing your lesson. First of all, let me introduce myself before you. You know very well who I am. Yes, I am Muhammad Moinuddin Khan, Assistant Professor of Botany, Department of Biology. Our today's topic is Tissue and Tissue System, Chapter 8 of your textbook. Subtopics: Mesenteric tissue, classification of mesenteric tissue, functions of mesenteric tissue, permanent tissue, and their function. In previous class, we have discussed about pteridophyta, structure of fern prothallus, sexual and asexual reproduction, life cycle of pteridophyta, and so many more. In this class, learning outcome is, at the end of this class, you should able to learn what is cell and tissue system. Describe the characteristics of mesenteric tissue, describe the different types of mesenteric tissue, describe the function of different mesenteric tissue, describe the characteristics of permanent tissue. Some keyword of this lesson: tissue, mesenteric tissue, protoderm, procambium, germestem, promestem, masmestem, ribestem, and permanent tissue. Now, introduction of tissue. You know, my dear cadets, unicellular organism performs all the vital activities in the single cell. Multicellular organism of lower groups also show little division of labor, and all the cells of the body performs similar function. But the body structure of higher group of plants is very complex and complicated. In this complex body, different physiological activities are performed efficiently by different parts. For this reason, at first, there occurs division of labor and special group of cells from the tissue. Now, definition of tissue and tissue system. At first, you have to know what is cell. Yes, dear cadets. The structural and functional unit of living being is called cell. So, what is tissue? A group of cells originating from the same source and performing the similar vital function is known as tissue. Now, what is tissue system? One or more types of tissue situated in a particular region when functions together as a unit. This combination of functional unit is known as tissue system. The mature body of any higher plants consists of different tissue systems. French anatomist MFX Picard first used the term tissue in 1771. Types of tissue and their description. Plant tissues are classified on the basis of their location, nature of cellular components, origin, functions, and differentiation ability. Tissues are also classified according to their physiomorphological nature. However, on the basis of division ability, plant tissues are of two types. One is mesenteric tissue and another is permanent tissue. Now, mesenteric tissue. The cells of which tissue retain the capacity of division indeterminately is called mesenteric tissue or meristem. The primary meristem develops from the promeristem and continues as dividing cells throughout their life. Sometimes the cell of a permanent tissue regain their capacity of division and produce new cell. This type of mesenteric tissue is called secondary meristem. Cocambium is the best example of secondary meristem. Look at this, the figure, the typical meristematic tissue. The cell wall is thin. Inside the cell wall, large nucleus is present and dense cytoplasm is present inside the cell. And that's why this is called meristematic tissue, which is capable for cell division. Now, characteristics of meristematic tissue. Number one, the cell of meristematic tissue are living, immature, remain continuously dividing. Number two, cell wall is thin and consists only of cellulose. Number three, nucleus is distinct, large and situated at the cell center. Number four, cells contain dense cytoplasm, small vacuole, sometimes vacuole is absent. Number five, cells remain compactly arranged and intercellular space is present. Six, cells are spherical, oval, rectangular, sometimes it may be polygonal in shape. Number seven, metabolic rate is high in the cells and are always active. Number eight, cells do not contain any storage, excretory or secretory substance. And lastly, plastids may be present as proplastid. Now, function of meristem. Meristematic cells divided repeatedly and add new cells to the plant organ, and as a consequence, physical structure and the body growth take place. Number two, secondary tissues develop from the meristematic tissue. Number three, healing of wounds is the function of meristematic tissue. New organs also develop from the meristematic tissue. They refill the damage of the plant cell, produce the other new tissue. Classification of meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissue or meristem are variously classified on the basis of different characters. The characters which are considered are origin, position in the plant body, functions, and plane of division. Firstly, on the basis of origin, meristems may be of three types: promeristem, then primary meristem, and lastly, secondary meristem. Firstly, promeristem. There is a small part at the apex of root and shoot from which develops the meristem afterwards. This region is called promeristem or primordial meristem. The primary meristem develops from this promeristem. Now, primary meristem. The meristematic tissue developed from the promeristem is called primary meristem. They originate directly from the embryo or remain meristematic in nature till death. The primary structure of the plant body is developed from the primary meristem. Primary meristem is present at the apex of root, stem, and branches and responsible for the elongation of the plant organ. Lastly, secondary meristem. When permanent tissue regains its capacity of division and produce new cells is called secondary meristem. This type of meristematic tissue is absent primarily and develops from the permanent tissue by their physiological change. Cork cambium is the example of secondary meristem. Secondary growth in stem and roots occurs by this type of meristem. As a result, plant parts increase in radius. Secondly, on the basis of position, in the plant body, meristematic tissues are of three types. One is apical meristem, then intercalated meristem, and then lateral meristem. Firstly, apical meristem. The meristematic tissue present at the tip of the roots, stem, branches, and sometimes at the apex of leaves is called apical meristem. It consists of the primordial and primary meristem. Primary meristem, primary permanent tissue develops from the apical meristem and the plant body grows in length. The apical meristem in bryophytes and some pteridophytes consists of a single cell, but In flowering plants, the apical meristem consists of a group of cells. Then intercalary meristematic tissue or intercalary meristem. Sometimes a part of the apical meristem becomes separated from the apex due to development of intervening permanent tissue along with the elongation of the apical meristem and lies between layers of permanent tissue. Such a permanent laying between layers of permanent tissue is called intercalary meristematic tissue or intercalary meristem. They retain the capacity for short time and ultimately converted to permanent tissue. Intercalary meristem is found to be present at the base of petiole and below the internodes. Partial elongation of the plant's organ takes place due to the presence of the intercalary meristem. Now, look at this figure, my dear cadets, position of meristem in different parts of the stem. At the apex, through tip of the stem, the apical meristem, then intercalary meristem, and secondary meristem and lateral meristem. Now, lateral meristem. The meristematic tissue present parallel to axis of the plant organ along the sides of stem roots and their branches is called lateral meristem. Cork cambium, interfascicular cambium, and vascular cambium are the best example of lateral meristem. The cells of lateral meristem divided generally peritoneal plane. For the activities of lateral meristem, increase the growth of the plant organs take place. It is the meristem that occurs laterally, parallel to the long axis of plant body. Cambium strip formed in the vascular bundles and in the cortex are common example of lateral meristem. It is responsible for an increase in the breadth of the plant body as it brings about the formation of secondary permanent tissue. The lateral meristem is an example of secondary meristem. Now, on the basis of function, according to the functions of meristem, they are of three types. One is protoderm, secondly procambium, and thirdly ground meristem. Firstly, protoderm. The outmost layer of apical meristem is called protoderm. The cells of this layer divided in radial plane and form the epidermis and epiblema, which are one cell in thickness. Now, procambium, the part of the apical meristem from which vascular bundles develops after division is called procambium. In dicot stem, procambium strands remain arranged in ring, but in monocot stem, they remain scattered within the ground tissue. The main function of procambium is to produce vascular bundles. Now, ground meristem. The part of the apical meristem from which cortex, ground tissue, pith and pith ray, which is called medullary ray, are developed is known as ground meristem. Now, on the basis of cell division, according to the plane of cell division, meristems are classified into three classes. One is mass meristem, then plate meristem, and lastly rib meristem. At first, mass meristem. The cells of mass meristem divide in all planes and form a mass of cells. This mass meristem is responsible for growth of length, breadth, and height of the plant parts. Developing embryo, cortex, endosperm, etc. are the example of mass meristem. Then plate meristem. The cells of plate meristem divide in only two planes and form a plate or sheet-like structure. By this type of meristem, epidermis and leaf blade develop. Now, rib meristem. Cells of rib meristem divide in only one plane and produce a column or row of cells. Young roots, teeth of the stem and cortex develop from the rib meristem. My dear cadets, in a nutshell of meristem, the flow table of meristem, the meristem, based on different division, based on origin, there are three types: promeristem, primary meristem, and secondary meristem. Based on position, apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Based on functions, protoderm meristem, procambium meristem, and ground meristem. And lastly, based on cell division, mass meristem, plate meristem, and rib meristem. My triggers. Now, permanent tissue. So, what is permanent tissue? The cells of this tissue which are not capable of division is known as permanent tissue. In other words, those tissues which have lost the power of cell division is called permanent tissue. They are attained full size and shape. They originate from the meristematic tissue. Now, characteristics of permanent tissue. Firstly, these tissue have no power of cell division. Second, cell wall is comparatively thick. Third, nucleus is relatively small. Number 4, vacuole is large. Number 5, cell contains less cytoplasm. Number 6, in between the cell, intercellular space is present. In some cases, this space may not be present. And lastly, they have attained full size and shape. Now, difference between meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Firstly, meristematic tissue. In meristematic tissue, originate from promeristem cell, but permanent tissue originate from meristematic cell. Cells are capable of division in meristematic tissue. Cells are incapable of division in permanent tissue. All cells are living in meristematic tissue, but all cells are not living, some are non-living in permanent tissue. This is composed of immature cell of meristematic tissue. This is composed of mature cell in permanent tissue. In meristematic tissue, cells do not attain definite size and shape, but in permanent tissue, cells have definite shape and size. Classification of permanent tissue. Permanent tissue are mainly three types: simple tissue, complex tissue, and circulatory tissue. Simple tissue are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Complex tissue are of two types: xylem tissue and phloem tissue. And circulatory tissue are of two types: lenticular tissue and granular tissue. Now, my dear cadets, it's time for homeworks. Two questions for your homeworks. Describe the function of different meristematic tissue. And second question is, draw a label diagram of meristematic tissue based on position in the plant bodies. Okay, my dear cadets, for attending online class, if you have any question and query on my class, you can clarify it having an online session with me at the period of your scheduled class. Thank you for your patient hearing and viewing. At last, stay on home because we are passing critical and crucial moment. Take healthy foods, take necessary rest, and take fresh drinking water frequently. Pray to Almighty Allah 5 times so that we all are overcome this crucial situation. May Almighty Allah bless us all. Thank you once again. Your next class is tissue system. Allah Hafiz.